All right. Hello, everyone. All right. All right. How's it going, everyone? I'm just going to wait for a few more people to join. Let me know if you can hear me well and if everything's okay. All right. I'll give it like maybe 2 minutes and then I'll get started. I just want to wait for some people to join. Can you guys hear me? Can you please type something in chat to let me know if you can hear me? Because I'm not sure if my mic is working properly. Right. I'm going to get started. We waited. There's a few people in here. All right, so basically, this is my first live session on this channel. I've done some other live sessions and calls on my own channels, but this is the first one on Blanco Trades. So let's do it. Okay, I'm not sure if y'all can hear me properly. I'm getting some messages on Telegram. Wait, 1 second. All right. So first things first, I want to go over a trade that was taken today in the Signal group, the free one as well, I believe, on AUD USD, and I want to basically break it down as simple as possible to help you guys understand how to simply understand supply and demand. So let me just open it real quick. AUD USD. Whoops. On, I think it was. Yeah. Okay, great. I kind of want to wait a little bit longer to have some people join because there's not too many people in here. Yo, Raf, good to have you. All right, yeah, I was wondering if everything was working properly because I just bought a new mic, so I'm not sure if it works. But anyways, let's get started. Okay, so we took this trade on AUD USD today or yesterday. I'm not sure. I think it was today. Yeah, today, this afternoon. And I want to quickly analyze it because a lot of you may think that we are bullish here, right? Because we had that massive bull run, we had that massive move up. But I'm going to be breaking down why we took a short position and why we sent it in the VIP group and the free group as well. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so first things first, whenever I hop on the charts or whenever we do hops on the charts, we basically go to the higher time frames. Why? Well, because higher time frames hold more power. Higher time frames are a lot stronger, so we'll go on higher time frames. And just for exemplary purposes, I'm going to hop on a daily. I don't hop on a daily every single day, but just for now, I want to go over the current price action. Okay, so let's take a look back, right? Because you don't. I always like to look at it like this. I like to look back because you don't hop into a book reading the most recent chapter, right? You just go back and you take a whole look at the whole story of price. So let's go over it. So basically, we're in a downtrend, very obvious downtrend. We're creating lower lows, lower highs, and we are expecting to create a lower low, right? That is our daily bias. So on the daily time frame, this is what we're waiting for. Now, if we zoom in a little bit, we can see that we are in alignment with our daily bias. As you can see, we're creating those lower highs and lower lows. So we're expecting to create a lower low. So overall, our swing bias, meaning our higher time frame bias, is short. It's bearish, right? So that's that. Okay, next we'll go to the 4-hour bias, which is kind of like our main time frame, as in we create a bias for the day on the 4-hour time frame, pretty much, right? Because the 4 hour is one of the strongest time frames and it's basically intraday, so it's really good. Anyways, what we saw on the 4-hour time frame is that we tapped into a supply zone after sweeping a bunch of liquidity. If any of you know how to trade support and resistance, this is a major level of resistance. A lot of retail traders were trading shorts over here, stop loss, something like this. And we had a massive liquidity sweep, right? Because we tapped into this supply zone, we took out all of these highs, and then we started breaking down. So we tapped it, and then we had a breakup structure right here. I'll mark it out properly for you guys so you can see it. So that's that. As you can see, we were making higher highs, higher highs. We tapped into our supply zone, and we made a very aggressive breakup structure down. So that brings me to the following. My bias is bearish right now because we broke structure, right? I said that already. And going on to the lower time frames, we have a massive imbalance right here, right? So what we could expect is to retrace back into that supply zone, which is probably what we'll eventually do anyways. But let's go down to the 15-minute and see what we had today. So right, today we had a bunch of ranges. Basically, a lot of support and resistance traders will be taking shorts from this level. right? Because it's a resistance zone. And we took that level very impulsively. We had a very impulsive breaker structure up. And then we started basically consolidating, moving sideways, and then we had a breaker structure to the downside. So what we are expecting is to basically come back into this demand level, right? Because our bias is eventually to come and fill that imbalance, but we are expecting to trade back into that demand level, this one. And we had a breaker structure down over here. We had a tiny liquidity sweep of the Asian highs. This indicator basically shows the Asian liquidity. The Asian high was taken. And then we broke structure down. We had some inducement sitting right here, which means basically that a lot of smart money traders will be entering an early sell from this level. And after that, we tapped into our expected zone, our supply zone. And we basically had an instant reaction off of it. And we smashed TP3 like we do almost every day in the VIP. Not to brag. So that is a breakdown on AUD USD. But I also want to cover a loss that we took. Oh, 1 second. I'm getting a comment that says that you're not able to place comments. Hold on. Streaming. All right. Yeah, it should be fixed. I'm not sure, but it should be fixed. All right. Hello, Maverick. How are you doing? Okay, so next up, I want to cover a loss that we took because we also took a loss. I don't think this one was sent in the VIP, but it was sent in the, or the other way around. It was sent in the VIP, but it wasn't sent in the free group. But I want to cover it anyways. All right, US 30 on Wanda. Right. So we took a loss today. That happens in trading. There's no 100% win rate. And this loss was avoidable. It was a good trade nonetheless, but it was a bit more aggressive. Still, it was a good trade. Could have played out just the same, but I want to go over why this one could have been avoided and what we could have done better. But then again, trading is probabilities. This one could have played out just as easily. But still, I want to go over. So, right, as you can see on the most recent medium time frame, we are constantly making lower lows and lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So we were expecting to create a lower low, which is where we got our short bias from today. The only thing that could have been avoided was that we had a bunch of trendline liquidity sitting over here. Now, you could say that this is a sweep of trendline liquidity, but overall, you know, we still have a bunch of imbalance, and we still have a massive unmitigated supply zone over there. So, so yeah, this one was avoidable. You know, it's a bit aggressive. And if you look on the 15-minute, we have a bunch of imbalances over here. And yeah, well, that's pretty much the only one. Anyways, this was a good trade nonetheless. It was a solid setup. The only thing is it was a bit aggressive because we were very, very trendy, you know, upwards, because you can see that we had a bunch of liquidity. It got swept. We didn't really have any momentum that showed that we were about to take out this low. And we had that massive spike up here. This kind of is a warning sign that you should stay out, but you know, it's a solid setup nonetheless, but we could have avoided it. Anyways, Oh, Merrick has a question. I'm new. I joined last week. Any tips for someone who, like myself, has a challenge with 4% drawdown? Should I divide all signals to ensure I don't hit daily loss? So you mean that you're doing a funding challenge and your 4% drawdown, right? Should I divide all signals? Yeah, so basically what you want to do is you want to basically risk. Oh, you're 4% in drawdown. Are you on my Forex funds or are you in FTMO? Please answer that because the drawdown is different. But I would say just divide it, risk like 0.5% or 0.25% on all setups and aim for a take profit too and move your stop loss to break even at 1 to 1. That's how Radu and I do it. But yeah, I'll wait for your response. Smart prop trade. I don't know that one. Check it out. Smart prop trader. Maximum loss 8%. Oh, so it's really tight. It's really tight stop loss. Really tight drawdown. I mean. Yeah. So in this case, I would say maybe risk 0.25% on all trades, and aim for take profit 2. Take profit 2, move stop loss to break even at 1 to 1. This is how I would do it if I were you, Maverick. Especially because it's such a tight, like such a small maximum loss. I'm gonna risk 0.3% going forwards. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah. So yeah, you only have 4% to risk though. I don't know how much time you have left, but I would say just make sure you risk very little, I don't know how much time you have left, but honestly, there's no point in risking 1% when the max loss is 8%. I would say take all the setups, aim for take profit 2, and risk 0.25 or, like you said, 0.3% per trade. And just build a buffer. What I like to do is I like to basically get into 1 or 2% profit, and then I like to double my risk because prop firms often have like a really, really annoying time limit, which kind of ruins it for me. So that's what I like to do. Should I enter TP2 figure in the take profit because sometimes the trades go so quick? I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, there's basically plenty of time to enter them. I mean, some trades do get triggered really quickly, but I would say, yeah, just, when you're entering a trade, just set take profit on the second one and just set an alert on TradingView or when it's, when it's close to take profit 1 and move your stop loss to break even as soon as it hit take profit 1. I'll show you what I mean. Right, so you'll aim for take profit 2, which is about a 1 to 2, and you'll just put an alert at take profit 1, which is 0.8. You'll just put an alert here, and as soon as this one hits, you'll just move your stop loss to break even, and that's that. Simple as that. But yeah, good luck on your challenge, man. Let me know how it goes. I think a few trades didn't trigger for me today. Maybe it was the spread. Yeah, make sure that when you're entering a signal and it's a sniper one like this one, make sure that you put your entry a few pipettes, so not whole pips, but like a few pipettes below the actual entry price to just account for spreads and slippages and whatnot. So yeah. All right. Is there anything you guys want to see me do or like analyze a pair or Have any questions about supply and demand or whatever funding challenges, ask away. I think I really need to invest in a laptop as I use mobile, which is tough. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Like, if you're on mobile phone, it does take some time to calculate lot sizes. Um, I would say go for a laptop. I mean, I prefer trading on a PC. I always find trading on my phone a bit annoying, and it's a bit, you gotta kind of like rush into trades, and you gotta, calculate your lot size manually every time. So, yeah. Would you say getting funded 10K using profits to buy 100K is good and then use Trade Copier? Yeah, definitely. That's what I did. So basically, you start out on a small account. It's good for your wallet and it's better for your, you mentally because it's pretty tough mentally to instantly jump to a 100K challenge. So yeah, start small, take a 10K, just make sure you pass that, and as soon as you get a payout, either go for a 50K or 100K. Just make sure that you're able to handle it mentally because it is kind of tricky to jump into a six-figure account instantly. But yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I did. I started out on a 10K, then I went to a 25K, 50K, and now I'm doing a 200K. So yeah, definitely smart. I was honestly kind of like expecting a lot more questions, but I mean, it's fine online. But so, should we set profit goals per day? No, not in my opinion, because I believe that setting profit goals for one day kind of puts a lot of pressure on yourself because not every day is a trading day. Not every day is going to have proper setups. Not every week is going to have proper setups. And if you set a profit goal for every day, you know, you'll, um, you'll kind of beat yourself up when you take a loss or two. I would say just set a profit goal per month, but more so as a target and not necessarily as a goal, because profit goals are kind of like it's a good way to ruin your psychology because if you don't make it, you'll beat yourself up for not making your profit goals, but it could have been just the market's not providing any proper setups. Yeah, I would use the trade copier to place and copy trades from the 10K one, which means I don't have to look at the larger account. Yeah, that is clever though, but do make sure that your prop firm allows trade copiers because I know a lot of people who have gotten, breached, who lost their accounts because they use trade copiers. So yeah, make sure that whatever prop firm you're with, that they allow it. But yeah, definitely smart approach. Can you explain your risk management? Yeah, sure. So what I do is I'll draw it out for you so it's easier. So say you have 100K, I'll basically risk 0.5 per trade, which is $500 per trade. I'll make a quick draw, which is $500 per trade. And I aim for take profit two, which is a 1 to 2, which means that I lose $500 and I gain $1,000. And I don't really change this risk at all. I don't touch it unless it's a really aggressive setup like today, like the US31, in that case, I'll reduce it to 250, which is 0.25%. But honestly, 99% of the time, I'm risking $500 or 0.5% on my account. This is 0.5% of my account. That is what I'll risk. It's basically always the same. You shouldn't really change your risk all the time, because if you do, your edge is not going to play out. Yes, I've confirmed they allow copy trading if I'm placing the trades myself, which will be the case. Yeah, that's good. It's good. Yeah, because I know a lot of members who have like automated software that uses, that basically copies trades, and they get banned because they either the prop firm doesn't allow it, or they just literally like copy the exact trades on the signal group. And I recommend you kind of like adjust it a little bit. I mean, you probably won't really make a difference, but say the signal is 0.55, you want to enter at 0.54 just to like get that tiny difference so that it shows the prop firm that you're not actually copying trades. But again, I don't think it really matters. I think it's just, safety measures. Is there anything you guys want to see me do? I can analyze a couple of pairs if you want to, but otherwise I'm not going to do this stream for much longer. See how my own trades are running right now. Euro dollars missed my entries. Seems like it. I got a nice buy this morning or yesterday morning on euro dollar. And this one, Maverick says I need to get better at controlling my emotions. Well, it's funny you should say that, because that is actually my specialty, kind of. I tend to overtrade a lot. Right. There's a lot of solutions for that. And I would say, first of all, have a really strict trading plan. I'll pull my trading plan out real quick so you can see it. Trading plan. Is Euro USD good to sell at the moment? If it meets your trading plan, yeah. For me, it is good to sell. But I'll show you my trading plan real quick to kind of help you get over that over trading mindset. So basically, over trading comes from not having a strict plan, which a lot of traders don't, but it is absolutely necessary. And eventually, I mentioned somewhere in this plan, I'm not sure, that my max trades per day is 2. So personally, I take 2 trades per day, max. And after that, it's just, there's no point, because my edge doesn't play out if I start over trading. So what I would recommend you do is you create a trading plan, a very strict trading plan. You print it out, you put it on your desk behind you, and make sure you stick to it, and put rules in it, such as I take 2 or 3 trades a day max. I risk 0.5% per trade max, and I stop after, I don't know, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., whatever, Just create a strict plan and stick to it, and that's honestly the best advice. But controlling your emotions, it is difficult, because oftentimes people don't really have, I'm going to say this, but people oftentimes don't have a set of rules They're more so just buying and selling whenever they see an opportunity. But professional traders and myself as well, we really use a trading plan. We have stuff like, for example, I hop on at 9:30 in the morning, which is 8:30 UK time, and I look for setups for about 30 minutes. If I don't find any, I'll leave basically, and I'll come back at uh, 2 p.m., which is New York Open, which is 1 p.m. UK time, and I'll look for setups again for like 30 minutes. If I don't see any, I'll hop off for the day, and that's it. It's really, and professional traders do this as well. You really gotta limit your chart time and gotta stick to a plan, and that is kind of the only way to manage your emotions because you're emotional because you're constantly on the charts and you're constantly trying to trade setups. I really hope that helps. Just let me know. I don't know if there's any other questions. Otherwise, I'm gonna end this stream. Just I'll wait for Maverick for a second. I think I'm gonna stick with the pairs I'm most comfortable with for the time being, such as you're using gold. Yeah, definitely do that. Definitely stick to what you know best and stick to what you know you're comfortable with. Don't switch pairs. Don't do a bunch of crazy stuff. Just stick to it. Definitely. In my opinion, it is best to stick with a couple of pairs, like keep it below 4 or 5 pairs. Just make sure you get really comfortable trading those pairs, and eventually, after like maybe 6 months, you can implement a new pair. But there's no reason to do it really. Right, I'm gonna wait for your question, Maverick, and after that, I'm gonna end the stream because it's been about 30 minutes. So I'm really amazed that you guys send limit orders. This come with experience, knowing when to enter. Yeah, so it's basically supply and demand. I don't know if you're familiar with supply and demand. Just let me know, and I'll wait for your response. But yeah, it comes with a lot of experience. It also comes with having a plan. Basically, the one that I just showed you. This one. This is my trading plan, and testing that plan a lot. We have tested our plan 1,000 times, probably more, and we've been trading it for I think since December of 2021. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's when we started trading it. So, yeah, it comes with experience. It also comes with back testing a lot, gathering data, and just, doing a whole lot of research into our plan, into our, data, into our testing, into sessions. We've done a lot of testing mainly, and that is how we know when to enter. And sending limit orders is just that is just the way we trade our strategy. I know people that use market executions orders and they trade the same strategy, but I mean, to me, it's not really beneficial. I did look into it, but one of my online trading friends said it's not good to learn ICT, and that is too confusing for me. Okay, so first of all, ICT is specific. ICT is just someone who teaches supply and demand concepts in his own way. but it's not necessarily good or bad to learn ICT or supply and demand. It's more so just whatever you prefer. I know people who are trading support and resistance. I know people who are trading breakouts. I know people who are trading ICT and supply and demand. It's not really about the concepts you're trading, it's about you being able to manage your emotions and being able to consistently execute pretty much. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why your friend said that it's not good to learn ICT. That doesn't really make sense. I mean, I like support and resistance and trend line breakouts. Right. Yeah, I mean, that's up to you. Personally, I teach supply and demand because it's the way I trade, but support and resistance is perfectly fine. And trend line breakouts as well, it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you should. One thing that I will say though is that if you do trade support and resistance in trend line breakouts, make sure to stick to it. Don't switch up. Don't go looking for ICT. Don't go looking for supply and demand or anything else. If you trade support and resistance and you like it, stick to it, you know, and not for like a couple of weeks, but like for months or years even. Yeah, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Support and resistance. Just let me know if you have any other questions. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up. If we buy mentorship, is that okay for a newbie? Will it take years to master? No, not at all. It won't take years to master. It will take a lot of work and time and effort. It doesn't take years to master because it is a mentorship. You don't have to figure out anything on your own. We basically packed it all into one. But it will take a lot of time and it will take a lot of back testing, a lot of, data collection and just a whole lot of effort, because trading doesn't come easy, which makes sense, of course. But no, it won't take years to master. I mean, it will if you don't put in any time, of course, but that's ultimately up to you. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Just let me know if you have any questions. You can also DM me on Telegram and I'll respond to you there. But yeah, I think I'll wrap this session up. It's been 40 minutes, something like that. Yeah, I'll wrap it up. I'll be back next Tuesday. In the meantime, just let me know if you have any questions. You can message me. You can message Purdue. The Telegram is in the free group description. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week, same time, 6 p.m. UK time. And I hope to see you guys then. Take care, guys.